Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sisters. So this is the translation of the message that she sent to me. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My name is Tsitsi, not a real name. I am 29 years old. I am the last born in our family. We moved here to the United Kingdom coming from Zim. This was like many years ago. My dad, he was a doctor, and my mom was a nurse. So when they came here, they were looking for a better life. But then after my mom had made me to become a witch like herself, I then found myself tangled in a web of envy and darkness, because I can feel that this spirit of witchcraft, that is all that it does. It gives me this envy, and I keep on desiring to see other people suffer, and it just consumes me. No matter how hard I try to be a good person, I am so evil. I even ask myself, why did I end up becoming a nurse? It really irritates me if I am at my workstation and then I see these people, these sick people that I would have to attend to. It really irritates me. I don't want to lie to you, not because I want those people to die, but I just do not like the type of a job that I am doing, because with the way that I bewitch other people, I am not supposed to be a nurse, because when you are a nurse, you are supposed to be filled with compassion, but I am not filled with compassion. I can even laugh when I am injecting one of the patients, but I don't do it like so that people can see. I'll be busy comforting the patient, but in my spirit, I can feel my spirit laughing with the spirit that comes at night to possess my body, the spirit of witchcraft. I'll be laughing out so hard at the patient that I'll be injecting. Most of all, if it happens that the person dies and I get to see the relative of that person that would have died, I'll start to laugh, laughing at their misery, laughing at the way that they will be crying over their useless loved one. That is the way that I am, Brother Nashi, but it was all because of my mother. Brother Nashi, I know that people are very judgmental, especially if they do not know your history or where you are coming from. My mom, she was indeed a classy woman who had high positions at our church. We grew up going to the Pentecostal church, but my mom, she also did not have a choice, because she was made to become a witch by some of her relatives as well. So before people try to judge me and become little Judge Judys, they need to know where exactly I am coming from. Brother Nashi, the way that I was raised up, I was told by my mom that I refused to breastfeed from her. So usually when you see a baby refusing to breastfeed, it means that there is something that is going on in the spiritual world. You remember that when babies are born, they are totally innocent. They have this spirit of innocence, so that spirit will refuse that baby to breastfeed from a woman who is a witch. I'm not saying that each and every time when a baby is refusing to breastfeed, the mother knowingly is a witch, because what might happen is that there might be someone who will be using you at night, making you to become like their means of transportation. So when you are being used by these witches to go from one place to another as a means of their transportation, it means that your own blood is also tainted as a witch. So your child will not be able to understand that mommy is being used at night by other witches. Then your baby will refuse to breastfeed. Usually, when you see that your baby is refusing to breastfeed, what you need to do is that you take salt and cooking oil, then you just warm up the cooking oil just a little bit, then you rub the salt mixed with the cooking oil around your nipples and try to let your baby breastfeed again. Maybe the baby will try to breastfeed. So I'm not saying that when men out there, when they see their children not being able to breastfeed, then they say that my wife is a witch. No, I'm just talking about my own mother. The reason as to why I refused to breastfeed as a child, it was because I was born with a spirit of anti-witchcraft. The spirit was supposed to fight with those relatives in our family who were already witches, but at the end of the day, I then chose the other side. I chose to be a witch like my mother. So when I was still young, this spirit was the one that was controlling me. My mom, to defeat this spirit, this is what she did. Brother Nashi, I was breastfed. I was told that from 2 months until I was 1 year, my mom used to breastfeed me using dog milk. She would go around her own friends, including my father's relatives, who were having dogs that had puppies. Then my mom would be given the milk, and that is what she was using to breastfeed me until I was 1 year old. Then she removed me from the milk. So these relatives and their friends who used to give her this dog milk, they were also witches, so they knew. And this was the way, and this is the way again that we use when we see that there is a child that has been born into the family, a child that would be sent to destroy the spirit of witchcraft, to chase away the spirit of witchcraft from the family. What we do is that we give that child dog's milk. So dog's milk will make that spirit to become powerless, to become weak. And then we start to put those markings on the body of that person who would have been born with that spirit to destroy the spirit of witchcraft. So that is what I did, brother. So that is what my mom did to me. When I was all grown up, my parents then came to the United Kingdom. So my mother, she was a well-known witch who was a maker of voodoo dolls. So she used to make these dolls for other traditional healers, those ones that were making tokologies. So they need that physical item. So they would come to buy these voodoo dolls from my mom. Then they would wake up the spirit of a dead person, and then they would make that spirit of that dead person to possess that voodoo doll. When we came here, then I started to be friends with these other women. So it is like 4 of us. I have 4 friends here in the United Kingdom. They are all married, living what seems to be perfect lives with their husbands and children. I am married too, but my life has been far from perfect. My husband and I, for years, we have struggled to have children, and the pain of being childless has been unbearable. Watching my friends as they enjoy the family life that I so desperately want, it all filled me with envy and bitterness. It started when we were still in college, and I then spoke with my mom. My mom then said that she was going to make those voodoo dolls for me, and then my mom gave me, first she made 4 male voodoo dolls and 4 female ones. Each and every voodoo doll, it is dedicated to my friends and their husbands. And I told myself I have to do this, because when I started using these voodoo dolls, I then started to cause trouble in my friends' marriages. Whenever I saw them being happy, what I'll do is that I will take 2 voodoo dolls. Let's say it's maybe John and Jennifer that are married. Then I'll take the voodoo doll that is called John and Jennifer. Then I'll start to make these 2 voodoo dolls to fight. And when I will be saying fight, chanting, these voodoo dolls, they will start to fight because they will be possessed by another spirit. And then my friend and her husband, they would fight so much that if one would ask them, why are you even fighting? They won't even be able to respond. Sometimes I can use pins if I want my friends to feel really pain, to have these painful periods. I take those pins, then I start to press, then I start to stab the voodoo doll that will be written Jennifer, or any friend of mine that I would want to hurt. And the more that I will be stabbing the voodoo doll with the needles, then the more the pain that she will be feeling. This is what I have been doing all my life, Brother Nashi. My mother is a witch. She made me to become a witch. I never had any choice. What am I supposed to do, Brother Nashi? I was given dog's milk when I refused to nestle from my mother's breast. That is how my life started. You cannot expect me to be normal. When you look at me, I am a classy, beautiful woman. but this is what I have been doing. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister, hoping that you were able to understand that translation. So that is what they do when they see a baby that has a gift, a spiritual gift. They give that baby dog milk, to chase away the gift from that little baby. Yeah, ne?